Hello, and thanks for tuning in to the show that goes around the continent to bring you stories near and far. I'm Joke Rogers at Channels Television here in Lagos, and I'm joined by Vincent McCory from the Voice of America in Washington, D.C.
Well, thanks. I'm Vincent McCory at the Voice of America. Happy to be with you again for another edition of Africa 54. Let's start off with the latest from Nigeria. Joke Rogers in Lagos brings you that story.
The governor of Borno State in northeast Nigeria, Professor Babagana Zulum, has commissioned 6 mega schools across different locations within the state capital to promote girl-child education and also reduce the number of out-of-school children. The project, funded by a $60 million grant obtained from the World Bank with a repayment time frame of 25 years, is being implemented by the Adolescent Girls Initiative for Learning and Empowerment.
The 6 mega schools are part of the 52 schools being built across the 27 local government areas of Borno State by the Babagana administration to encourage learning and address one of the root causes of insurgency. This follows the recent flag-off of training for about 6,000 teachers found to be trainable after the competency tests conducted by the State Ministry of Education.
The commissioning of the new permanent site.
The State's Commissioner for Education, Science, Technology and Innovations and the State Project Coordinator elaborates on the schools.
This marks only the first phase of our project within Maiduguri Township.
The Agile Supported Program intervention reaches all the 27 local government areas of the state.
To the glory of God and to the benefit of the community. This is
While commissioning the schools, Professor Zulum sheds light on the loan conditions.
How to give this loan to all those that are getting projects into the world and any other project that you want to do. I'm a very meticulous somebody. The coordinator, I know all the projects better than even the coordinator. You know me very well. I do use to read line by line. I used to start sitting with the Federal Commission for Education. It was also a very hard-working position.
With these new schools, the Zulum administration has built 120 schools and recruited over 4,000 teachers since its inception in 2019.
Let's expand this discussion. Joining us is the project coordinator, Adolescent Girl Initiative for Learning and Empowerment in Borno State, Ibrahim Baba, who joins us from our studios in Maiduguri. Great to have you. So tell us what inspired Governor Babagana Zulum's decision to prioritize girl-child education in Borno State.
Well, according to the UNICEF earlier report that about 1.2 million indigenous of Borno are out of schools, but by the effort of His Excellency, the visionary leader, by providing the quality education to the citizens of Borno State, now the number have dropped to 70 to 80,000 in this state. So all this cannot be happen without the support and courage given by His Excellency. So all the effort being placed by the project and the team members were being supported by the Honorable Commissioner, Minister of Education, and day and night we are working to see that the number of the out of school were reduced even lesser than this before the end of the project.
We know that the government recently commissioned 6 mega schools across the state for girl-child education. Are there more schools in the works?
Well, this project is directly linked with the community participation. Most of our implementation, communities, especially the traditional rulers, the community leaders were being involved, including the youth and the women groups were being involved on the implementation. This is because most of our implementation in the schools were being carried out by the school-based management committee, and the other implementation under the component 2 were all the ulamas, the leaders in the communities were involved in implementation. So as the project is going, most of the parents and the community leaders accepted and understood the movement of this project, and implementation of this project is directly bearing to the underprivileged. So the project, it has been accepted. The programs and activities of His Excellency were also accepted by the communities.
Borno State is one of the states that was ravaged by the Boko Haram insurgency for years. Now, this is a time for rebuilding, according to the government and the governments in the northeast region where Borno State is located. Tell us more about the Build Back Better strategy, especially to increase enrollment of girls and other children in public schools.
Well, actually, if they are not residing in their original local government, at least they have been already placed in some of the near local government, which are very scared. The project is not only construction or rehabilitating, it's given the financial incentives to the poorest and the vulnerable households. So we are able to give to 42,147 poor and the vulnerable households the financial incentives, and currently is going on. Apart from this, we are able to provide the instructional materials such as books, uniforms, and other materials being used in school.
And so this seems to be a huge partnership, particularly because it's a partnership with a development partner such as the World Bank, which is funding this huge project being undertaken by the Borno State government, and the duration of the moratorium of loan repayment. Tell us more about this partnership.
Well, the Agile project is a loan from the World Bank, and is going to be repaid by the state government. And in the next 5 years, next 25 years is going to be repaid back. So there are another funding coming from the state government in order to see that the education sector have been supported, not only in Agile alone. All the Agile projects is being sponsored by the bank, but the money is belong to the state government because it's a loan. Now we have implemented about 53%. You know, about 63% of the money is going to infrastructure. That is the component 1.1. Then the 28% is going to provide life skills, digital skills, and also awareness campaign advocacy. Then the 9.2% goes to system strengthening and the capacity building and the project management.
So how much of an increase can you say you've seen with the enrollment in public schools, especially the girl child?
Well, actually, as an implementer, and I'm not the one who signed the contract, it's signed by the government through the Ministry of Finance. All this strategy and other things has been discussed at that level. The interest rate and the other things I cannot able to say.
Well, thank you for your time. Project Coordinator at Adolescent Girls Initiative for Learning and Empowerment in Borno State, Ibrahim Baba. Thank you for joining us today on the program.
Thank you.
We want to know what you think about Africa 54 and the stories we cover. Join the conversation on Facebook. The address is Africa 54, and check out our headlines 24/7 on voaafrica.com. After the break, with a generator bypassing the use of fuel, oil, or batteries, Malawian innovator electrifies homes amid skepticism from experts. Welcome back to Africa 54. I'm Vincent McCory in Washington. A secondary school dropout from rural Malawi has brought electricity to his community using what he says is a groundbreaking air-powered generator bypassing use of fuel, oil, or batteries. Experts have questions about how the system works, but Malawi's government is pledging support. Lamek Masina reports from Dowa District.
Inventor Ernest Andrews' innovation largely aims to save money villagers spend in buying torches and batteries to light their homes.
After realizing that we were facing a lot of problems without using electricity, I thought of trying to make electricity. Now here we are.
The 18-year-old secondary school dropout says his generator produces 1,000 volts of electricity. He has now connected 9 houses from a self-made transformer.
This system generates electricity using air. To make a light bulb illuminate, I use power stored in bottles. I experiment with magnetic power to determine how much electricity I can produce. After that, I generate power based on the number of houses I want to supply.
But experts complain of Andrew's failure to articulate how he is using air to generate electricity, or they say he might be purposely concealing it to prevent others from copying.
What type of air is he using? We don't know. What air is doing to produce the power? We don't know. And he is not saying. How is he taking the air into his system to produce electricity? We don't know. And he is not explaining. So how can we appreciate? How can we assist as engineers?
Katumba said if he proved real, Andrew's innovation would be rated among the most extraordinary in the world. The innovation has convinced skeptical neighbors.
I was among those who were doubting his ability to generate electricity, which we can use in our homes. But when I saw that he had managed to connect his parents' house, that's when I asked him to connect my house too. Now life is simple.
The villagers use the free electricity to charge phones and plug in electric shaving machines. Andrew's mother, Evelyn Chinguo, says he dropped out of school in 2018 because of lack of school fees.
I am appealing to well-wishers to assist this boy to continue with his education, like sending him back to school to improve his innovative ideas, because the knowledge he is using now is inborn.
Minister of Energy Ibrahim Matola recently expressed appreciation of the invention.
Such innovations can make us achieve access to electricity, but not only access, affordability, sustainability.
Authorities in Lower District donated training, electric wires, protective wear, and a gadget for measuring electricity voltage.
One thing that we're going to do as a district to make sure that whatever he's doing when he is working on the appliances is safe.
The Malawi government has organized a group of experts and identify areas to assist. In the meantime, Andrew is working to connect the entire village and fulfill the government's request to illuminate the nearby public primary school. Lamek Masina, VOA News, Lower District, Malawi.
Staying in the northeast, Gombe State is collaborating with the Nigerian Investment Promotion Council to implement the investment certification program. The program will generate data to help market the potential of the pilot states on the global stage in order to woo investors in critical sectors.
His Excellency the Governor.
Success is recorded by Gombe State in ensuring a conducive business climate for investors seems to be paying off, as the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission has tipped Gombe State for greater investment opportunities globally. Gombe State has continued to up its game by putting up an 18 billion naira industrial park, an asset which has caught the eye of the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission, who intend to showcase it to investors all over the world.
People need access to information, and in this day and age, even if the capacity does not exist, which I'm sure it does locally, it can even be outsourced and managed from wherever, as long as they get the information that they require.
In the past year has been instrumental in the setup of the Gombe Investment Promotion Agency, which we're very proud of. And as an institution, we champion the cause of Gombe and some of the really inspiring things that the state is doing to attract capital, especially with the recent announcement of a green bond issuance that was done in January at the Nigerian Exchange.
For the government of Gombe State, the opportunity to get Gombe State's business data ready for potential investors to take advantage of the 1,000-hectare Gombe Industrial Park and other business structures is an exciting prospect.
Gombe is business friendly. Our location too has made us to be business friendly. And we share boundary with the remaining 5 states of the northeast. And in 2-3 hours, you get to the headquarters of each of those states. And those states happen to share boundary with some other countries, Cameroon, Chad, and Niger Republic. So whatever you do here in terms of investment will provide you access to market, not only for the northeast, but for the whole of the sub-region plus the remaining 3 countries, especially their fringe towns within the fringes of their borders.
As Gombe Industrial Park is built to be showcased at the 2025 SDGs Global Investment Forum in the United States, owing to its massive business drive, Governor Inuwa Yahya, who chairs the Northern State Governors Forum, promises to raise awareness amongst his colleagues to create a conducive business environment in the northern region.
Welcome back to Africa 54. Vincent Makori in Washington. The artists from South Africa's Mzansi Gay Choir are known not just for their music, but also for their role in LGBTQ advocacy. Isan Hafeji brings you this story from Rehearsal Studio in Johannesburg, where the musicians gather for a practice session.
Tammy Dish co-founded the Mzansi Gay Choir in 2016. Part of its mission was to inspire inclusivity and diversity and showcase the true essence of the LGBTQI community through music.
We found a great bunch of humans who were keen on journeying with us in becoming some voice of change through the arts and that discipline of music.
The choir has performed countless sold-out shows and has been appearing regularly on the hit TV show Idol's SA. Sishle Mazibuko says all choir members embrace the dual roles of musician and activist.
Taking a stance and doing so through music and performance in the way that the choir does, it's actually a campaign that's speaking to the injustices done to the LGBTQIA plus community, not only in Africa but globally, I think.
The choir not only lends its voice to amplify issues around gay rights, but also serves as a safe space for its members. Olivia Magubani recalls the difficulties of growing up queer in a strictly religious family and how the choir has helped.
It has helped me live free, in a world full of, people that don't understand us, people that don't get us. The Mzansi Gay Choir is truly my safe space.
South Africa's constitution prohibits discrimination on the grounds of sexual orientation, but homosexuality is illegal in most countries in Africa. And Dish says the choir's existence comes with the responsibility of bringing hope to marginalized queer people on the continent.
But what I think we do have as a country is a choir that wants to be able to send a message to whether you're Ugandan, Tanzanian, you're in Ghana, you're in Congo, you're in Nigeria, you're in Malawi, Zimbabwe, Cameroon, you name them. There's a sense of hope that we're giving to queer individuals there.
As the artists of Mzansi Gay Choir continue to build on their musical success, they are equally determined to advocate for a more just and equitable world. Isan Hafeji, VOA News, Johannesburg, South Africa.
The Jigawa state government in northwest Nigeria says it's committed to transforming fishing activities in the state. The governor, Umar Namadi, revealed this during the third edition of the Fishing Festival, as our correspondent Sadiq Ilyasu reports.
Fishermen from across the state gather here in our local government area of Jigawa state for the third edition of its fishing festival. They display their swimming skills by racing each other. Each participating group is in the water to catch the biggest fish. After long hours in the water, with care and strategy, this group has a big catch. They celebrate as the size of the fish gives them hope. Different sizes have been caught and their weight is taken to ascertain the winner.
We have caught 120 kg, 40 kg and different other sizes. This shows the commitment of our youth is fishing.
On his part, Malam Umar Namadi, the Jigawa state governor, is dedicated to empowering youth in fishery and agriculture.
Fishing is one of the main business of our people here, so we feel that there is need for us as a government to see how we can improve it, how we can expand it, and then sustain it. So this has given us an idea, and that we have seen that people are interested in this, so we are going to expand this fishing festival. The stocking of fingerlings, instead of 3 dams, 3 rivers that we are doing of 90,000 each, now we are going to expand it to all our rivers, so that we can stock them with fingerlings, so that our people will have a means of livelihood.
The Jigawa state government's commitment to transforming the fishing sector aims to boost the local economy and empower youth in the region. Sadiq Ilyasu, Channels Television News.
Seafaring robots are increasingly used for everything from ocean exploration to rescue missions. Matt Dibble has the latest in this week's episode of Log On.
Back and forth across the water goes the Otter, an uncrewed surface vessel, or USV, during a demonstration on the River Thames in London.
That's an autonomous USV, fully electric USV, using sonar technology, collecting data from the seafloor underwater, and stitching that together with GPS mapping so that we can see what the seafloor looks like.
The Otter is appearing at this undersea technology convention in London, along with a wide variety of seafaring robots. The market for underwater robotics is expected to more than triple over the next decade, as technology has evolved to provide a less expensive solution for a variety of missions.
As soon as it hits one. Previously, you'd have to have a big vessel and big chunky equipment to gather this data. And we've narrowed that down to a single operator sitting at home behind his desk.
Chasing's underwater drones are designed to be versatile, capable of performing inspections of boats and infrastructure, scientific research, and even rescues.
One of our robots, we can attach 20 plus accessories. Let's say for scientific research or for environmental, we got water samplers or sensors. For search and rescues, you can use sonars, imaging sonars to detect bodies.
And then there are the jobs too dangerous for humans, such as searching for landmines along the shore. Green Sea IQ's bayonet robots are designed to work in the surf zone, where waves are breaking.
What robots and autonomy gives us is it gives us new jobs to do, new ways of working.
Expect to see more robots taking the plunge in coming years. Matt Dibble, VOA News.
Well, and that's our show for today. You can find all the continent's top news and world news online at voaafrica.com. Check it out. I'm Vincent McCory in Washington. Channels Television has our last word.
We look forward to bringing you another show next week. Do remember, channelstv.com is your source for news and other programming. I'm Joke Rogers. Thanks for watching and goodbye.